Hey, real estate agents, welcome to the Weekly Closer. I'm your host, Jeff Underwood, along with my co-host, Joey Sampaga. How's it going today, Joey?
Hanging loose. How you guys doing?
You got a cool hat on there, bro.
Well, thank you.
Like that.
Living right size, baby.
Living right size. I love it. Hey, we got a full house today via Zoom with us anyway. We have Michelle Minik, Team Minik with West USA Realty, along with Tony Scardina with Security Title. How's it going?
Tony.
Very good. Hi.
Good. Hey. What's Tony doing anyway?
I know.
What you up to?
This working from home thing is good and bad.
Isn't COVID over yet, Tony?
Did it ever really
that
start?
ended like a week ago or something.
It did.
He didn't get the memo.
You got us so much business that there's not a place for me to sit in my office now. Isn't that bad? Dang it.
That's funny. You've been driving some fast cars, Tony?
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. So, Michelle, why don't you start off by telling a little bit about yourself, how you got into real estate and when you got into real estate, so that the agents that are watching and listening can
know how old I am?
those facts for sure.
You're 23, right?
Yeah. Let's see how I got into real estate. I actually moved from Glendale, Arizona up to Aspen, Colorado right after high school. And I worked for a company called Coates, Reed and Waldron. I don't think they're there anymore, but they basically were at the base of the mountain. And I went up there to go be a ski bum. And then I ended up assisting with the property management department there, along with these mega agents. And they would come down the snow hill with their ski bibs on, right? And they jump out of that and go right into the office and have their suits on and then head out and sell multi-million-dollar homes. And I was like, that's for me. So then once I got my license there, they asked me if I could pay them $50,000 to be a realtor. And I was like, but I'm only 20 years old. I think I had $5 at that time. So I moved back to Arizona where I actually had people that I knew and started my business there.
Wow. So when did you get started here then?
So it's been a little over 18 years here now. I had my license in Colorado, but yeah, it's been a while. So I've been doing real estate for about 20 years now, 20 plus years, just depending on what you consider real estate.
All right. And how long have you known the crazy guy here with us, this Tony guy?
Tony's been around a long time. He kind of gets around. I mean, he
has been around a long time.
I've seen that face in offices, all over billboards. No, I actually was able to formally meet Tony through one of my favorite people who is now the director of operations for us, Nikki Butler. And he was like, you need to talk to Tony. Like, you have to. And I was going through some changes in my business and I wasn't, I'm a very committed, loyal person. And so when I partner with people, And it's interesting in this industry. You guys all know this, is when you partner with somebody, they get your business, then all of a sudden it starts going, right? The service starts going down. And it seems to happen every 4 or 5 years. It could be a little bit less, but then, so when that started happening with the current people that I was using, I went to speak with Tony and then boom, here we are. And we've been able to maintain a really good relationship. He's very open-minded and courteous to me. And I'm kind of a firecracker. I speak right from the heart and I don't have a filter. And he doesn't mind that. So that's actually worked really well for me.
Got it. Awesome.
Tony,
do you tell that story a little bit different?
Tell it.
No, that's pretty spot on. I can tell you this. I have a high regard for her opinion. And even though not everyone knows everything, she's really high up there on the food chain. As a matter of fact, I just brought her one today from a real estate friend of mine who is having really bad luck listing their own property. And I think it's one of those things where when you do it yourself, you do yourself a disservice. So I think involving Michelle will probably bring that up, and that place will get gone real quick.
All right. Awesome. It's great that you guys are working as a team together, and a big shout out to Tony with Security Title for bringing you on the show, Michelle. Also, shout out to Fidelity National Home Warranty for also sponsoring the podcast. So
nice.
Big shout out to them as well. Give them a shot if you haven't yet. So Michelle, let's get into what you're doing in today's marketplace to be successful. What are you doing right now?
Well, we obviously are going out there and digging for listings. I mean, that's the name of the game right now. So we're ramping up all of our agents in regard to hitting those past clients. I mean, the bottom line is you got to go where people know, love, and trust you. I mean, if you're not there, where are you, right? Then you kind of get in that groove and you're hitting it daily. So you're really not getting out of your groove of making those phone calls. And then we roll into our neighborhood, door knocking, and our circle prospecting on any of our listings that we have. So we found that to be a huge success. I actually had to be out in the field this weekend because we were a little short staffed. Like I said, we're looking for agents right now that are ready to work. And I picked up 2 listings, probably looking at about over $2 million worth of business just from open houses. And so what we do is we do a lot of slide dial before we hit those open houses, inviting those neighbors. We do the mega open house with the 8-foot flag. We sign the hell out of properties. And of course, our online advertising that we're doing is directly going to those consumers that are looking for in that neighborhood. So with that nice, perfect storm of advertising and boots on the ground, it seems to drive more traffic. I think we had about 160 people through our open house in 2 days. And
Wow.
then I got 2 wonderful listings out of it. So
It's a lot of people.
it was a lot. Actually, I felt terrible because I had to go hit another appointment and I had to leave my partner there. And I'm like, are you going to be okay? And sure, just go. But, the turnout was great. The homeowners were happy. But what we really do is we try to hit, going for those listings, we're hitting every aspect of what we have and who we're targeting. And so I think it's important for most agents out there to remember that you don't just get a listing and put it on the market. The listing is your platform. So
Absolutely. You probably ran out of cookies about 30 minutes in, right?
we don't
No,
do
I'm just teasing.
cookies. COVID.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. That's a no-no.
Yep.
As she's
exactly.
coughing back there.
I know.
We're not afraid.
Sorry about that. Let me wipe off my screen. Okay,
Yeah.
we're better now.
Yeah. So what are you, so I know you mentioned the team, like you're looking for more team members right now. What does your team consist of right now, and what kind of people are you looking for?
So we have a really dynamic team. I am looking to expand our culture, so to speak. And the team that we have right now consists of, just amazing people. We have a lot of people that have families, some people that don't, but they all can come here and feel like a family. They can feel like they can come and speak with us and not be afraid and learn from us. And we all work together like that. But we do work. And that is the one thing I think that most people who are starting real estate, which I don't mind, I love new people coming into real estate, but I don't know if people understand like the mindset that you have to have when you walk in and pretty much set up your own business, right? So what we've done over here at Team Minik is we basically allow you to walk in and just learn the platforms and learn the systems. And we teach you the prospecting, and then we handle everything from A to Z for that agent. So they're not having to do all the marketing, right? They don't have to print those flyers. We have open house checklists of what to do. We have slide out. We have all the technology and everything. So really they could focus on what they wanted to do, which was sell real estate. So, but that goes with prospecting, and prospecting is 90% of your business. I mean, I don't think a lot of people realize that. You have to actually talk to people.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
That's what we teach people over here. And those are the kind of people we're looking for.
Okay. All right. So you're trying to add agents, both buyer agents, listing agent. I mean,
Yep, both
Okay.
buyers and listing agents, and we train from A to Z on how you can go in and win those listings, or learning those buyer presentations to set expectations so that your buyers aren't out there shopping at new builds where you're not going to get paid. So
Yeah,
We
yeah.
even do property management, Jeff.
we do. We actually do. We do vacation rentals. So we work with Airbnb and VRBO, and we also do short-term rentals, which are very, very hot right now. So we're actually helping our clients right now get into that market, because a lot of these people aren't able to use a rental home right now, like that, not rental, I should say, their second home. And so we've been turning a lot of those clients into our Airbnb clients, and it's such a lucrative business. We're seeing like triple or quadruple the amount that somebody can make on a long-term rental within 3 months. And it's just blows your mind, So
what you've done is, so you're reaching out to people that have second homes here, let's say, and your sellers, let's say you have clients that need to sell a house, but they haven't found another one yet. Is that what
That's
you're
right.
trying to do, is piece it together?
So no, on our property management division, what we'll do is, like, if somebody is not utilizing their house full time, we're telling them, look, turn this into a vacation rental. You can get that extra income. You can buy another property, use that as either your primary or second home, so on and so forth. So we're utilizing that property that they currently own, and they're getting so much money out of it. I mean, I'm looking at like $15,000 in 30 days for your Airbnb right now. Arizona is so hot for that, you guys. I mean, the amount of people that are coming over here, because of all of the tech companies, all of the big, box store companies, all these warehouse companies, there's nowhere for people to live. They can't even move into the rental market. So we're trying to tell those sellers out there, hey, look, or these owners, I shouldn't call them sellers because they don't want to sell their property. Make money off your property. What are you doing? Turn those long-term rentals into short-term rentals, because there's much more high demand for that right now. So
Got it. Yeah, I was thinking that it could be used as a solution also for your actual client, like a seller that wants to sell and they haven't found a house yet.
Right. Yep.
They might want to go into a short term for 2 to 3 months while they get the other house.
Yep. We've been buying them ourselves personally, just because we don't have places for our sellers to go, but that's just, that's another story. So.
Wow. Yeah. We've put some tents out in our backyard for them.
There you go.
No,
I got a good.
And he rents them out for $200 a day.
It could work.
Oh gosh. So if agents that are, agents that are watching or listening right now, if they wanted to reach out to you, Michelle, directly, how would they do that?
They can just hit me up at 602-488-5432, or just Google me, Michelle Minik. I mean, I'm on the first 10 pages of Google. I'm that old.
Well, you have a unique name too, right?
Yeah. I'm usually called Mink, Michelle Mink, but it's Minik. So.
Got it. So you mentioned, obviously going after listings. Right now, it's kind of a tough market, I think, for buyers. I don't know. Are you mostly in the west side?
So
right now?
Most of our businesses here in the West Valley, we do list homes all over the valley, obviously, for purposes of, we pretty much have all the technology to do it, which is great. But yeah, our primary focus is West Valley, and we're servicing a ton of buyers right now. I mean, we obviously have an influx like everybody else. So how we're trying to find listings for those people too is we do also do door knocking, and we also do farming for those people. So, and John Bayo, one of my top agents with me, he has probably sold the most by door knocking, believe it or not. And he's found like his family members' homes, his own home that way. Right. So it's amazing what, a face-to-face can do for people.
So he's just door knocking, asking if somebody wants to sell or been thinking about something?
I mean, he walks in, if he's got a client, usually we have a reason, right? We're not walking in and just being like, hey, actually, I do have to say he was at one of these townhome subdivision over here. He was looking for a client of his, but some lady was like coming out of her garage on her bicycle. And he's like, hey, you want to sell your house? And she's like, a matter of fact, I do. It was just as easy as that. He listed and sold that home like within 1 week. But it was just like kind of joking, like as she was coming out, because he was walking around with his badge and everything on and his paperwork looking all professional. But it was funny because she was like, yeah, I do want to sell my house.
Moral of the story is you just have to talk to people.
You just have to talk to, it's a numbers game, right? It's just how many people can you talk to in a day? It's that easy. Yeah.
So it's a tough market out there for buyers, obviously. So are you marketing more so to try to find more listings? Is that kind of the focus right now?
We've always marketed more listings. Yeah, we're trying to educate sellers right now. Believe it or not, like there are people that don't know what's going on in the market. I find that every day. It was tried and true at the open house I did. People were walking in, they were looking at the house I was in. Obviously, there's all these people around, and they're like, "Can we just exchange houses?" And I'm like, where have you been? So, as you get to talking to people, I always try to tell people, don't assume anything about anybody in this world, whether it's you're buying or selling, real estate, a car, it could be, just assumptions about your family members or your friends. Don't do it, people. It's a bad thing to do because people don't know. And I was explaining to some of these people that walked in the house on how they could buy a house first and then they can sell theirs later. We used a program for that. And they were like, what? And I'm like, yes, you can. I'm like, do you know how much your house is worth and how long you've lived there? And of course they've got a gazillion dollars in equity. And I'm like, you're a perfect candidate. And it was that easy to have that conversation with people that were just walking around and looking at open houses. And I'm like, well, how did you find us? Well, we found you on this website or your signs. And they're just kind of aimlessly roaming around out there. So there are people.
Yes. Yeah. Tony, did you have something you were trying to say? I thought I cut you off.
I'm a firm believer in if you don't ASK, you don't GET. So that's rule of law right there for sure. And that's everybody goes, well, what's the secret? You got to be outside. You got to go tackle somebody.
Yeah. Absolutely. So Michelle, what tips would you give agents in today's market if they're trying to grow their own business?
Pick one thing to focus on. Don't do it all. If I could give anybody a piece of advice, get good at one thing at a time. And that way you master it and you become great at it. And then you can move on to the next thing because people try to throw spaghetti at the wall, right? And try to get good at everything. And then it just clobbers them. It's so overwhelming out there right now, you guys. That's why having a team or somebody, even if you're going to have a partner, just to be accountable to and set your business plan up and focus on that plan, get good at one thing at a time. And once you get that down, you'll be successful, but don't do it all at once. It's just too much.
Got it. Now, I know you mentioned some online marketing also, but so besides awesome partners like Tony Scardino over at Security Title, what types of things online are you doing?
So we do a lot of video marketing. We are big on branding, and I've done video marketing for a very long time, for as long as they allowed videos online, right? I wasn't very good at it before, and I don't feel like I'm the best at it now, but the more I've done it, the better it becomes. And I learn more about it. I read more about it. I'm in groups about it because, in your mind, you think that, this is what the message should be, when in reality, if you're not learning about what people are really watching you for, or knowing that people are always watching you, right? That's a good rule of thumb, to know that people are always watching you. But as you grow into your brand, so to speak, you should always be coming with a message and a story, right? And if you don't have your story, and then of course, a call to action for people, you're kind of missing the boat. I see people out there doing this and that and the other thing, and they're kind of all over the board. So, coming up with a really good game plan for what you're trying to get across to your audience is a really good thing to be doing to make a plan for your online marketing. So that's one of the things we do. We own one of the best drones out there. Can't fly it today because it was too windy. I was bummed. Every time I go to fly this thing, it's too windy. So that's just terrible. And then we also own a Matterport camera. So that has been really huge for us, for our out-of-state buyers, but also it's super cool technology. So, and then we've got a green screen here at the office, and we use that consistently. So I'll hop in with the agents or my vendor partners and just pump out video, because more information is going to bring people to you, because they know you're the expert, and that if you're not the expert in your area, that you're reaching out to the people that are. And I'm doing a video series right now, for people that have had family members that have passed away. I mean, this past 18 to 20 months has been the hardest for most of my clients. Are older, so I've had a lot of people who've been passing away, and their spouses or their kids are calling me and they're like, I don't even know what to do. And so what I've done is put together a video series of all the people that I use, my family attorneys, like Tony. I did some video with him. I've got estate sale people. I've got,
that was some of your best video too.
It was all you. But no, it's a thing, guys. Like, these people don't know what to do, and it's frightening, right? It's so scary. And then there's all these other people that want to take advantage of them, right? And they're running into the wrong people, even real estate agents or investors, right? Right now, investors are like vultures. They're coming at you. And sorry for all my investor friends out there, but the thing is like, they don't know. And so you need to be a resource. And that I thought we could put through video. So that's kind of my focus, like this year, because of the last 18, 20 months. And
got it. So where are you putting the videos? Are you putting them on YouTube and on Facebook also?
Everywhere. So we start with our YouTube, but actually, the way my marketing does it, we actually did a little class with Tony. He was so kind to help us, because he does some extra work in regard to technology and internet and all that good stuff. But we started using them on all of our social media platforms, and I kind of drip those out. You know what I mean? Like, so we're not hitting people like 24/7. Like, so I'm doing about a video a week on that series. So I'm up to, I think I got 7 videos. So I'm going to start right now with number 1, and then we kind of have them lined out like a little storyboard. And also the other thing I'm doing is I'm going to be hitting those farm areas of where people are may run into that problem, right? So you got to find where the problem's at, and then I'm going to be that solution. So we use that through our contact management system, and that drips out to those homeowners that may need our help.
Got it. Yeah. Joey and I both are believers in video for sure. But a lot of agents, we've done a lot of classes, a lot of webinars and things, teaching them how to do video, even with your mobile device, right? But not very many of them jump on and do it. How impactful has it been for your business, do you feel like?
It's huge. I mean, my partner, Charles, who is built his business, he's 10 years younger than me. And he's built his business on social media. I mean, that is where he's at. And people will call him just out of the blue because they feel like they know him. If you're not doing video, I'm going to tell you guys, in 10 more years' time, it's going to be a tough thing for people to find you. So if, like I said, if you Google me, you'll see what I look like 10 years ago, right? But the point is that I'm there. And if you look for any business, it's the first thing I do when I go look for a business. I'm looking, who am I going to work with? What restaurant am I going to? What groomer am I going to for the dog? I mean, the bottom line is if you aren't there, you don't exist.
Yeah, absolutely. So I know you're looking to grow your team now. Do you have a certain number in mind? Like, how many people are you trying to add for, let's say, for the rest of this year, for 2021?
I personally would like to at least get a good number 6 of people on. I mean, I want to add people in a fashion where people are coming in and they have a need, right? So they need that support, or maybe they needed the help with the video. They might need that help with prospecting. So I want to fill that need. I feel like I've been doing this so long, and I have something to offer people, whereas you're going to go to big box type real estate groups, they have thousands or hundreds of agents, and you're just another person coming on, and you kind of just get grooved into the mix. Mine is small but specialized, right? So when you work with any of my agents, it's a referring type agent. You're not just a number. We're getting you referrals. The follow-up is key. We teach you how to do all of that too. So I never believed in, not for myself anyways. And I love my partners and my, my peers out there that are doing the mass amount of hiring. But that was who I am. I'm a West Side Glendale girl that was able to be successful with the wicked tongue, right? And having a big heart for people. And I want people to have that are like-minded like me. They want to do great business. They want to make 150 or upwards 1,000 a year and just be happy doing what they're doing, come in and have a great social atmosphere. So I'm not looking to expand to the mass amounts. I'm looking for culture and good partners that we can count on, and they can count on us.
All right. There you go, agents. If you want to reach out to Michelle, you can do that. I know she mentioned her phone number earlier, but was it 6? I don't remember it.
It's 602-488-5432.
54321.
Or just Google it.
There's no one.
Blast off.
Yeah. Awesome. Anything else you want to share with the agents before we move to the next segment?
Nope. Just be real. That's it. Be yourselves.
That's good advice. All right. You ready for some rapid fire?
Okay, let's do it.
All right. What do you think the reason is that many agents are not successful?
Follow up.
Yeah, that's a great one. That's a great one. How about a book recommendation?
Oh, there's so many that I love. I'm reading one right now. It's The Power of Habit.
The Power of Habit?
Yep. And it's basically about us as our natural state on why we keep doing the same thing over and over again. It's how to not be insane.
Got it. Tony, if you want to throw in anything, you can. Good?
Nope.
How about favorite mobile app?
Team Minik.
Here we go.
Yeah, Nick just got us a Team Minik app. I'm like playing around with it all the time now. I've never, it's my app.
That's cool. How about you, Tony? You guys have a cool app, right?
We got the security agent app, as you know. And
I use that every day. Tony. Thank you for that. Seriously. And if you don't have Tony's app, you have to get that app. I'm a junkie on it. I'm like, look how quick I can calculate how much you're going to make on your house. I'm that smart.
Absolutely.
And why try and learn all the fees and all the when it's right there? It's one less thing, and it's right each time.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I had an agent show me the other day that he created his own spreadsheet for that, and I'm going, but don't you just have the app? Well, no, I did my spreadsheet. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
That works too.
So every time there's a change, he has to update it.
Yeah, I don't. No, get the app.
There you go.
It's free. It's free.
All right. And final question. As things are getting back more normal now, what is something that you are most looking forward to?
Parties. Yep. I can't wait to have big pool parties again. I miss those. I just love seeing the kids jumping in the pool, doing the badminton, and having the taco truck, and just, chilling with people and talking and, just being together, good atmosphere.
I think we're all hoping for that soon, right? Which I think we're about there. So
yeah,
should be. Well, awesome. Well, thank you so much for being on the show.
Well, thanks for having me. This was great. It was a lot of fun, guys. I appreciate
Absolutely.
it.
And Tony, thank you for getting on here too.
Yes.
I love to jump in and cause trouble whenever possible.
We know that.
That's the truth.
We know that. Well, thank you, Michelle. And to agents that are out there, until next time, we'll see you later.
Adios.
Thank you.
Great job, guys.